go to the mosque because of my condition. And I said, man, these brothers, man, they whooping jokers like me. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, the end of the book got cloudy with me, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand. I'm like, shit, I ain't going over there. I want to, but nah. So I did the next best thing, man, I went back because my mother been with Reverend Willie Wilson in D.C. for years. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to church. I said, man, I got to get some of this up off me before I go over there. You know what I'm saying? and and so the blessing was I was able to deal with the drugs, the cigarettes, the alcohol, all of that right there at Reverend Willie Wilson's church. You know what I'm saying? And then I finally got to a point where my discipline had to go to the next level, and the only place to go from there was the ranks of the FOI. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's powerful. So learning about Malcolm X to you making a choice, and then, man, shout out, of course, to Reverend Willie Wilson. Anybody that has been around the Nation of Islam or been to events, especially anything happening in D.C., right, where the minister spoke, Reverend Willie Wilson most times was present, or the minister was at his church and opened up for him and gave some words. So he's always been an example of true Christian Muslim unity that understands that we shouldn't have these artificial barriers. Man, if you're Black and you love our people, man, we should be standing together.
No doubt.
Man, he's definitely, man, an important part of the Nation of Islam's history.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so basically, what happened was, and so over the years, by Allah's grace, it's been over 28 years since I've been free and clear of drug abuse, alcohol, cigarettes, all of that, right? And over the years, I've told, just being out in the street with the Final Call, I've told my story so many different times, because if I see where I can relate, if I open my chest, then people tend to open their chest, and then you can get in and you can have some kind of effect. So I've been telling my story for years, and even recently. And so we were cleaning. I was at the foodie spot. We were cleaning, and we had a couple of people in there helping us clean. This was before we reopened, and a sister who I had shared my story with before, who had shared her story with me and how she was struggling and things of that nature, asked me a question. She said, man, when you stopped using crack, how did you deal with how did you get rid of that craving? You know what I'm saying? And so I said, okay, if she asking me this question, it's serious. So I can't play with her when I answer. And there was a brother with her too, and and I knew he needed to hear it too. I could see, and so when I started talking, the passion was so great. It was therapeutic, man, and it was like every step in my book was just boom, 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 just dropping it. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day, Brother Josh, People Podcast, had me on his podcast. And so he got to talking to me about my beginnings and things. So it came out. It was right there on my head. So it came out. And I could tell by some of the things that he was saying, you know what? It's time to write this book. You know what I mean?